You didn't hear any of that, did you? YouTube did not get any of that. Let's try this again. Oh, hello. Fancy meeting you here. Fancy to see you upon this day of days. It's a glorious day, is it not? I'll answer that for you. Yes, it is. You know why? Because I'm basking you. You're basking in my presence. I am Dr. Wurdemann, MD, PhD. Charmed, I'm sure. I was busy telling Discord about how this is not good at all. I gotta set that somewhere. Hang on. You know what? We're gonna make it work. I have to commit to this now. Thank you all very much for being here. And for the brilliant decision to sharpen your wits and mind. That is what we are doing today. I'm not audible on Discord. What the heck is that about? What could that even be? Hang on. Does this fix it? Is this audible? I gotta make sure this works. Can you guys hear this? Does this work if I do this? I want to figure this out before we get into it. This is going so great. No one can hear this. Okay, I truly don't know how I'm going to fix this. Let me see here. If I... Yeah, I'm not going to tell everyone to go to YouTube. That doesn't fix it, does it? Maybe if I... I truly don't know what the issue is. Q Sam spending the next hour of the stream just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. I'm going to leave and come back. Hang on. How's this? Is this any better? Okay, they can hear me. I don't know what I did, but it works. Okay, for real this time. For real. Well, hello there. Fancy meeting you upon this fine Thursday evening, afternoon, morn, wherever it is in your particular part of the world. I am Professor Wurdemann, MD, PhD. That's right, I have several degrees in very smart topics, which means I am the most qualified person to be your lecturer for today. That's right. One night only. You are getting educated in summertime. We're doing classwork and rigorous studying. Do we feel enlightened, chat? Please let me know how enlightened you're feeling. Yes. I don't want to do the learning. What are you talking about? Don't want to do the learning. Someone remove that person. Well, I'll tell you what, whether you like it or not, you're doing the learning. You're doing the learning, bucko. And whether I like it or not, this sucker is going to stay in my hand for the entire time. Here's the deal, folks. I hope you study. Because this is going to be a graded quiz. And the student who does the best is going to be compensated. If you're here on YouTube and you're not in the Discord, what are you doing? Because the reward for this final exam at the end of the lecture is going to be an exclusive role that will only apply to one person, and that is the person who places the best on that final exam. Do we have our notepads and our pencils? We're ready to make it happen. Very well. The lecture begins. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch. I spent hours prepping for this one, man. Usually before the live stream, we're just gonna get it done. We're gonna do what needs to happen. No, I have been at this. I have gone back and done my research. Okay, hang on. Let me cut this music. We don't need this. If you can't get on Discord now, that's fine. You'll still be able to compete. I'm saying it's worth your while that you join the Discord, even if you're not there, just so that you can get this exclusive role, because it's gonna make you look cool and everyone's gonna see it and they're gonna know that you're cool. That being said, allow me to commence the lecture. This is Twisted Minds 101. We are going to be scrolling through 5 different eras of Twisted Minds history. Yes, that's right. This is a 5-year journey that we are going on, and so I have broken up our different histories into 5 years. It's kind of crazy to think that this is technically the 5th year of these shenanigans. I will explain why that is a technicality later on. We're going to start with the very early era. Anybody who is able to prove that they were present for that very early era in Twisted Minds history is going to get a cookie from me. And by that I mean I'll give you a virtual high five of some kind if you can say I was there when it happened. Then we're going to talk about the dawn of the Despairs, as it is collectively known among scholars of the subject, in which the very first Danganronpa content was unveiled to one Sam Wurdemann's TikTok channel. In the third part, we're going to talk about how we actually gave this thing a name and how that came to be. The fourth part, we're going to talk about this blossoming company and how it's become, and maybe we'll do a little bit after that. So anyway, let's start with the before times. Except, no! We're not going to do that. We're not going to start with the before times. Tell you what, I feel like a lot of people who are present for this live stream right now are recent fans. You feel free to correct me. I'm sure there are different people involved in there. I think that we're going to work our way backwards. That being said, I'm actually going to... Oh, hang on. I'm going to make sure that Discord can see this presentation. Let me know if you can see this. Where was I? Yeah, we're going to work our way backwards. We're going to start with the most recent stuff, and then we're going to go all the way back to the OG stuff. And then that's going to end with us watching... So many people who haven't watched Burr. Now's your chance. That was the original point of the live stream, and then it became so much more, but I kind of like having this in my finger now. It's growing on me. With that being said, let us commence with the modern era. Cue music. This is where Twisted Minds is right now. Some of these visuals, I'm sure, are going to be very familiar to you. This is the era in which we unveiled arguably our most trending, popular thing at this moment. Goodbye, Despair Musical. Goodbye, Despair Musical. Which, at the time of this recording, I think is at like 64,000 views. Correct me if it's gone up even more since then. This is the part of the timeline where I've started to see fan art and TikTok edits of myself and my friends. I must confess, this is sort of a strange feeling. I'm still grappling with this fact. It's not the first time that I've seen this stuff, but it's definitely the first time that I've seen it in such a quantity. I shared GDM with some friends, and one of them asked, "Why does that look like Harry Potter with an afro?" Insanity. I'm gonna make sure I'm moderating both chats while this is happening. The new Discord server, which if you're not joining that, you absolutely should. We've got William Afton, Bill Cypher, and Kokichi Oma are all part of our canon because, as you know, we have been working on distributing our mini musicals for you. We already released Back Together, and then this Saturday we're dropping the Gravity Falls production, and then the week after that we're finally giving you V3. Kind of. I also do commissions now. I don't remember what this video is. Is this gonna play? Okay. I think this is an addition to everything else happening. I don't remember what this is. Oh, yeah. So I asked people what they wanted me to say in the Grunkle Stan voice. Surely this will go great. I love old man, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's where we're at. So that's the part that everybody knows, okay? Okay? That was just the simple stuff. That was the basic stuff. If you knew that stuff, you're like, hey, I know this. Don't flatter yourself, okay? We know what we're doing here, right? Come on. That's not what you came for. That was the review before the actual learning. This is where the pencils begin. All right. So, cue about a year ago. The operations team, we get into a Discord call. That's me, Liv, Zach, Natalie, Eloise, and Molly. We sit there and we're like, hey, we've made a lot of cool stuff. It's pretty cool stuff, yeah? What if we tried to make that a real thing? New heads don't realize how long this existed as a concept before we had a designated Instagram, or a TikTok, or a Shorts account, or a website, or any of that stuff. This is around the era that we started to do a lot more like condensed content. Most of the Despair Girls musical episodes dropped in this time. This is when the first Twisted 24 live stream happened, which unfortunately we did not know at the time. 24-hour live streams do not archive on YouTube. If you go beyond the 12 hours, then it doesn't automatically save. So we learned that lesson the hard way. Not gonna happen this year. At the beginning of this process, we were just trying to put stuff out there. We were doing daily uploads. We're doing that again, and so that definitely didn't drive us crazy. And then we started doing weekly live streams, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. What I've got for you here is just a few of my favorite of those very early shorts that we were uploading, and we're all gonna watch these together. This is the first one. Oh no, that's best for, we're not watching that yet. Okay, best for last.
I'm passing the phone to someone who has only ever been cast as psychopath.
I'm passing the phone to a baritone who's sick of being cast as a tenor.
I'm passing the phone to somebody who drove 9 hours to see the Danganronpa musical.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's been in every Twisted Minds production.
Okay, I'm passing the phone to someone who was in my former all boys collegiate a cappella group.
I'm passing the phone to someone who graduated and has a real professional job.
We're Twisted Minds, a weird little theater group on the internet. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
Yeah, oh, take a look at that old logo. Get a sound for that Undertale music in the background. Oh, good times. Good times, right? Where can I donate? So there should be a Streamlabs link in the description of the YouTube. Otherwise, you can go check out Twisted Minds Buy Me a Coffee if you want to watch that. Okay, we got another one here.
I just wanna be part of your symphony.
You guys remember this trend? This feels like us throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, yeah? Okay, but that none of that can compare to easily the best thing to come out of this era.
Your hand in my hand. I could never choose to love another. Maybe one day I can learn to love you too.
See that stuff in my nightmares. Courtesy of Molly Dubner, everyone. Everyone say thank you, Molly. Okay. Alright. Moving on. Okay. No. Keep.
I'm passing
Move.
the phone to
No,
someone
help.
who-
Alright. It's fine. We're great. Hang on. Alright. The Bronze Ages. I don't know why I came up with this one. I just think of 3 as my... Does anyone... Bronze is 3, right? It's 3rd place. I thought about condensing like a lot of stuff into one bigger era, and then I decided that there were 2 like moments that I consider in my head that feel like distant from each other. And so this is the 3rd of 5. I'm calling it The Joker Can Sing. This is where we came up with the name Twisted Minds. This is where Twisted Minds theater began to exist as a concept. And I did not come up with that name. I must admit, I have to give all the credit to Liv, who very much likes to say that my idea was really stupid, and we would never have found any success if she wasn't there to point it out to me. I wanted to call it Breaking Point Productions, which, if you don't know why I wanted to call it that, I will point it out to you later. I think there's another Twisted Minds somewhere, but it's like, it's not theater, it's like horror stories or something, and they haven't uploaded in forever. If anyone can confirm for me, let me know. I have some people coming in saying like, okay, this is starting to become familiar to me. This is what Arkhamites happened. Arkhamites is the 3rd like really big production that we do on the Ithaca campus. Condiment King gets technically 3 songs in that show, which means that he gets more songs than most characters in that show, most characters in Goodbye Despair. I could go on. This is when the Twist of Fate's Cabaret happened, which, if you don't know about that, was our first foray into the concert-style musical catalog performance, where we did songs from all of our shows. And Eloise got a bloody nose, historically, when that happened. The whole gimmick with that show was that we asked performers who originally performed the songs to choose someone else to sing it instead. And I'm going to pause the music here because that's where we got, excuse me, such iconic moments as this.
I'm here and I'm penguin. I'm still penguin.
That's all. I'm here and I'm penguin. This is also when we dropped the Hope to Spare musical album. This was this was Halloween of 2023, and that was our first full album release. And Million Lifetimes in that time has made it to 15,000 streams, and nothing else has hit 10,000. So shout out to Zach, I guess. This is where Despair Girls began releasing episodes, and around this time we opened up auditions for the show. Initially, when I did that show, I was like, we'll get this done in a couple of months at max. We'll do some rehearsals, and then everyone will record their scenes, and it's gonna be great. Cue May, June of 2025. Finally finished. You know what? It was good to allow that to feel like it went on for as long as it needed to. Only a couple months. Yeah. Same energy as a certain pandemic only being 2 weeks. Yeah, that's true. All right. Okay, old heads. This is where we're really getting into the nitty-gritty. Okay? I'm calling this the wait. Are people actually commenting era? This is the time that Brian Beacock learned who I am. I have a lot of video examples for us to watch here, so I'm going to pause the music again. We're talking a lot about Hope Despair musical in this moment. This is when things really started to take off. Okay, notably, Burr, which we will get into, got a lot of views when it first came out. I had never put out a YouTube video before that got anything more than like maybe a couple hundred. And Burr right now has 146,000 views, so it's needless to say that was a bit of a step for me, but it didn't really feel like this was maybe something properly until I started putting out Hope Despair musical content on TikTok. I have a feeling that some of you in chat are going to claim that this is the era that you showed up for. More power to you. We're gonna get to these things. Okay, first, let's watch this. Oh, look at him. Help him.
Thinking it. Might as well say it. This trial is finished. There's no reason to delay it. It's a no-brainer. It happened in his room. Makoto is the killer, so let's send him to his doom. The autopsy said it happened in your shower. You must have waited till it went to quiet hours. You jumped on her. You took away her life. And did it all without even disposing of the knife. Hang on. Save your judgment for casting votes. There's still 10,000 unanswered notes. You can't allow your voice to be begrudging and beat down. When your back's to the wall and there's no hope at all, you better break your fall and turn it around. One life in exchange for the rest. Turn every lie into the ground, to the ground. Find the truth and the lie and turn it around and around and around and turn it around.
That's that. This is the first video that I remember feeling like people were actually responding to me on the internet. Like, I put out a couple before this. I put out Million Lifetimes, and I put out Killer School Life, and they both maybe got like 1,000 views at most, you know, like just posting to TikTok and getting sent to the ether. This got like, I think 13,000 in a day, which by our current metrics, you know, that's not too much. But at the time, I was like, whoa, people are noticing this. So if you remember being here for this video before it hit like, let's say 20,000 views, then you can claim your senior discount. All right. That happened, and then around the same time, I had a friend, because I was working on Burr at this point, had a friend look on my computer screen up at Ithaca College and say, is that a Danganronpa musical? Is that a freaking Danganronpa musical on your Google Doc? And I was like, no. But it was. That's the secret. That's... And so they were like, hey, you should really try to pitch that here. I think we would really have a lot of fun doing that on the Ithaca College campus. And I was like, no, I want to do this in Minnesota with all the people that I've been working on it with. But they persisted. They were like, no, you should try to make this happen. So I talked to the Minnesota people. I was like, hey, what if we tried to like trial run this at Ithaca College? And they said, yeah, that sounds great. Then we can see if there's anything we want to change about it. We did it at Ithaca, and then we never did it again. We did the album. And the rest is history. Here are a couple more clips that I remember doing particularly well back in the day.
If we all together should hope to proceed, a bit of cohesion is all that we need. Some synergy would be the strongest thing we could do. I don't wanna hear about strength from you. You talk pretty highly for a brown-nosed squirt, but you haven't known what it feels like to hurt. So spare me the spiel on surviving the game until you have lived with a hit on your name. Your masculine aura cannot be denied, but strength really comes from the person inside. Your morals are lacking, your discipline's sparse. You think you can trust in the street for your smart.
Here, I'll do the harmony. You don't know what I'm about.
I have morals, I have doubts.
Instead of letting this devolve,
What we really need
is a test of your resolve.
meet me in the showers in half an hour, Poindexter. Prepare to be dominated. Wait, I didn't mean it like that.
It was the beginning, or sorry, the ending of that video that people reacted to the most. And I think at the time I kind of knew that would... Yeah, we were trying to get reactions out of it. You're... Yeah. Just kiss already while it's one person singing. Alright, we got another one here. This one also did pretty well in the moment.
Punishment time, punishment time. Everybody make some noise, cause it's punishment time. Things got pretty heated.
Take a look at my formatting here. See how much it's changed. Look at that Monokuma text that's just flying in the air and never leaves.
The roving roustabout. You let yourself be overcome by jealousy and doubt. The sins from your own life, they made you take another. So when you get to hell, say hello to your
Oh, he put the mad face. He's like, haha, silly, I'm evil. He thinks he's cheeky. What was that SpongeBob that just happened?
There's nowhere to hide. Hop on my ring, let's go for a ride.
This man was doing everything in his power to be able to hit those notes. And you could tell that he was a couple takes in to get the one that he liked. And even then, he definitely didn't like that take, but he put it out there, and it did well enough. Okay, enough pretense. This one's the granddaddy.
One day God was born and she was a woman. Stunning hair and eyes so blue, and she was so much better than you. She gazed upon her world and she felt wooden. Every night and every morning, happy life that's oh so boring. What was she to do? An idle living made her suicidal. Everything so unappealing, feeling life but never feeling. So she made a solemn vow. Her plan would be near total power. The one thing she cared about was bringing total despair about. World ended, overturned, torn apart and left to burn. Devastated, broken dreams, overwhelmed and blown to smithereens.
Ooh, check out that old lyric at the end there. Yeah, this was my most well-performing video for a while. It got beaten out by some other thing that I could pull up later, but I remember when this one dropped, people really responded, and I thought, ooh, wait. That's another level of interest for this project. This could be something. Once this happened, I thought, well, okay, maybe once we do this show, it will be successful enough to, like, raise money to do stuff. And it did. And Hope to Spare happened. And I still consider it, like, the catapult for pretty much everything else. So, let's all thank this video for, in a way, kind of allowing all that to happen. I was just gonna say I liked your Monokuma voice. Well, I appreciate that. Eloise is just peak. It's true. Hope to Spare is where a lot of familiar faces first made their debut with us. That's where we got, count them off, Zach, Eloise, Molly, Natalie, Freddie, Marco, Rachel, 100 other billion names that I'm trying to think of off the top of my head. You know, Lily Greco, everybody, all of those people, Meg, some people who aren't quite as involved anymore, but are still there in our hearts. And maybe they'll be back for the reading. Okay. And then we started to get some attention. I don't even get this kind of attention these days, I should preface. Like, that's sort of what makes Hope to Spare. These videos, these next ones I'm going to show you are what make Hope to Spare feel more like a fever dream. Like, if you weren't in the fandom at this time, I don't know if you remember these ones. What I'm going to play first is someone duetting a video I put out announcing that Hope to Spare was actually a production and not just snippets that I was posting on TikTok. Check it out.
Hey there, all you lovely people. Sorry I haven't had a chance to upload in a while. I've been very busy, but I promise I'll get you some cool stuff very soon. Right now, I am making a video because... Ah, look at that! Wait, what? Isn't it cool? So while we labor away at getting a concept album for you out by the end of the summer, we just got greenlit to put it on at my school in the fall, which is super, super cool. So yeah, this is happening. It's going to be really cool, and I'm going to try to update you guys as we move forward on this journey. And I hope that you will continue to join it with me.
Wait, am I in it?
Thank you all so much for the support.
That was crazy. I'm still, like, feeling how that felt when I was at home one day and I was just getting texts like, dude, go look at this. Look at who mentioned you. It's crazy to think back on that. I'm also looking back at that announcement video that I did, and I'm thinking about the fact that it never happened, but there was a time when the Minnesota people working on Hope to Spare were trying to record some of the songs, like, in our own little studio and upload those before the production. That never ended up happening, but I think at the time I had written Today, Killer School Life, Million Lifetimes, Deep End. Those are the 4 that I knew we were doing, but that idea never ended up happening. There's a little bit of trivia even I forgot about. This is why we do the scholarly work. This is why we do the research. Okay, and then a few months later, oh shoot, hang on. Darn it, I X'd out. One moment. We'll be right back. But yeah, a couple months later, we had already done the show. I remember specifically where this was. Liv and I were in my dorm. and we were watching the Polar Express. That's the era that this was. We can see this? Okay, hang on. And then we heard that this video got posted.
So sometimes I'll be on here scrolling lives and I'll come upon like a theater group rehearsing and somebody in the group will realize that I'm on the live. They'll get all excited and they'll do something like this.
That's us! That is us! That's me playing the piano! You can kind of make out my face! Zach is wearing a Monokuma hoodie.
And sometimes I was having a really terrible day and that made me feel better.
Imagine how that felt, man. Oh. One day, if I happen to run into Dan Povenmire, which apparently he's all over the place, so it's not that hard, I can tell him, hey, you don't know me, but you know me. And I still bring that up to people. That's the kind of impact. We were going live, and as he explained, we were just going live, and he came in when we were singing Reminiscence. So Dan Povenmire has also heard Reminiscence. And in the comments, he was like, whoa, is this Ithaca College? Because Alexa Chalnick, as you know, Harley Quinn, good friends with Dan. That's my other connection to him. She went to Ithaca as well. And so I'm sure that's how he was familiar with the campus. But that was a pretty cool moment. Okay. And then we got into the production of Hope to Spare. I'm just going to play one of the character interviews that we did back from the day. This was the most successful one. If you've watched the Goodbye Despair interviews, but not the Hope Despair ones, you can find them on my TikTok. Excuse me.
Let's hope this isn't a waste of my time. I have poor people I need to make fun of. And this needs to be chop chop, snappy snappy, out with it now. I'm rich, so when I get my little gremlin ideas, I make it everyone's problem. My favorite band? My Chemical Romance. I'm not like other girls.
These don't even have captions.
I used to have signals. Look, here's my credit card. One of my 12 credit cards, actually. How about you say I give this to you and we go our separate ways and we can pretend this never ever happened?
Yeah, you're already in.
Right. That was a test and you passed. Well, would you look at the time?
Oh, but we're not...
I am above you. You are below me and everyone else is inferior to me and my superiority.
Have an excellent Monday. God, these are the editing on these.
Happy Halloween!
Different times, man. Even Zach looks different. Sam, this sounds similar to your interview. I don't know. Is it just me? I need to tell if... Wait, Sabrina, can you just confirm if you're doing a bit or not? I need to... This is clearly not similar. It is a bit... Okay, okay. Because, you know... When we posted that video, mine ended up doing better than Zach's did on TikTok. And so there were definitely people who watched mine and not Zach's. And so they didn't even know the original joke. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I could not keep holding on to that. Taking a water break. Okay. We've done our Hope to Spare retrospective. That was just a way to bring in some new heads back into the Hope to Spare days. Getting you back into the mindset. Getting you into the mindset of Hope to Spare, because we do have that reading coming up soon, and I want you to make sure that you can familiarize yourself with that content if you haven't yet. If you want to know what kind of performances you can expect from a lot of the original cast, then you can go back and watch those interviews. All that to say, here we are, the final era. I would bet decent money that the 20, 30 people watching this right now are not from this old heads era. If you can prove that you are, I would love to see it. I'm going to play some really old stuff. So, this all really starts around the time that I graduate high school. I have this idea. This is the thick of the pandemic. This is around the time that the Hamilton Pro Shot releases on Disney+. And so there's sort of a rekindled interest by a lot of people, myself included. I have this crazy idea for a not really sequel, not really a successor, but yes, but no, of Hamilton, because there is a whole part of Aaron Burr's life that the show does not talk about. And it seems to imply that his story ends at the same time that Hamilton's does, and I think that's ridiculous. Clearly, they have not seen all the other stuff that happens to him. The least of which being this crazy plot that he has to try and overthrow the government of the United States. So it's a growingly relevant show, I think. And so I do a workshop of it before I go off to college in Minnesota. And then a couple months later, I do it at Ithaca. And then a couple months after that, I do it at Minnesota again at the Fringe Festival. Today we are going to be watching the Ithaca version, as it is the one with nearly 150,000 views. And yet there are a lot of people in here that I bet have never seen it before. And I want to prepare you to be able to provide a completely accurate tier list of your favorite songs by the time that Back to Danganronpa releases. Okay, pop quiz. This symbol, right here, with the dog. Anyone want to tell me what that symbol is for? Does anybody in chat know? I know Sam... It feels less like Twisted Minds 101 and Sam 101 at this point, because Twisted Minds technically doesn't exist at this point in the timeline yet. We've gone so back that we're pre-Twisted Minds. But retroactively, Burr is indeed a Twisted Minds production. It is an anagram for Sam Wurdemann, some may say. It actually stands for the Churchill Theater. Named after my Bulldogs. And Winston Churchill loved Bulldogs, and he was called the Bulldog. This was what I did with my friends in high school. And so originally, Burr was sort of a Churchill Theater production before it became a Twisted Minds production. Sam is a history nerd. I wrote the Burr musical. So yes, this was what it was before Twisted Minds. I started watching Danganronpa around this time. I really like Ace Attorney. I've been an Ace Attorney fan for over a decade now. And I watched it for the first time, like many of you, in 2020. And that was around the time that my friend Thomas and I said, hey, this maybe sounds like a decent idea for a show if you know what to do with it. Crazy statement. It was not a... It was... And then 2021 was when Burr was first performing, but also when Hope to Spare was first getting workshopped. The first reading with a cast for Hope to Spare was with the Minnesota Fringe Festival production of Burr. When I was, first doing Burr, I wasn't even a music student. And this part of the lecture, I think, is getting sappy because this is sort of me reflecting as much as anybody on how crazy it is that it started here and now we're where we're at. Just going to play that.
And welcome to the studio, Sam Wurdemann, composer of that lovely song we just heard. How are you today, Sam?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
This shirt does not fit me.
Since it must be 7th grade.
That's a lot back.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell you what inspired me to do it at first, but when I was little, I would put on these plays with all the kids on my street over the summer, and then we'd put them on at the end. And at first, it was stuff like Alice in Wonderland, Willy Wonka, the basics,
the classics.
Yeah, you know. And then eventually, I started making shows that were like tooled to the kids, so that it was more fitting for everybody. And
okay, hang on.
Something there just clicked, and I was like, I like doing this. And I've always had like a musical brain. And like 6 years later, I've been teaching myself how to make it happen, and it's been.
Well, that's incredible, and obviously it's working. So
Yeah,
because the
it's
show
been
is
right
going
ever
up in April. So aspirations post college, you're looking.
Where did I get that hat?
Writing, directing. What's your angle?
That coat is from the women's section at Sabres.
Then I want to do whatever the world allows me to do. I find that any art that is able to move people in the way that I've found that I'm able to is the kind of stuff that I want to continue making.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, the presentation knew it was time to move on from that. Okay, I have the video here, but I actually have it here, and I think it's going to be as effective to watch it there. But here we are. Back to where it all began. I'm going to try to see if I can't adjust this now. How is the audio on this? Does that play pretty good? Loud enough that we can hear it? Okay. We ready to do this? Here we go. Look at little Sam in the back there. Jaden Collier, my man. There was a time where he was the only one in every Twisted Mind show.
2 men 10 paces apart. Now that's a story. I'm sure you heard it by now. One dies in glory, but the other man survives another 32 years. His greatest fears will come and get him. I'm sure you met him.
We're wearing masks.
Aaron Burr, preacher here at 48, not looking so great, a public enemy of the state, a reprobate, a politician well past his prime, wanted by his home, and wanted for his crimes.
No mice.
He started the day in rage, pacing away in his homestead, hoping to make a man drop stone dead.
Tristan's actually
Had he
history
known
man.
then that would be the moment that defined
He was
him.
our dramaturg.
I'd have left the whole thing behind him.
Indefensible, morally
every
There's
house
Lily.
from New Jersey and New York necessitated life with no parole.
I always get mad at my own ads. I should just turn them off when I know that I'm going to watch the recording.
Such as something principle, a festival of hate, a chorus of woes chanting for 24 hours straight. Running out of town, we must see it that he's dead. No need for a trial, mop the blood up with his head. Running out of town,
Murderer, criminal,
killer paid the price.
scoundrel, reprobate,
Strip him of his way,
lowlife,
beat him of his right.
devil incarnate.
For the life he's slain, for the life he's claimed won't die in vain.
Burr is forced to retreat to the deep south. The message is out, spreading the day by word of mouth. Colonel Burr kills Secretary Hamilton in duel. The vice president is a monster.
How could anyone be so cruel?
Folks debated if he regretted doing it. Mine only regretted how we became viewed. That the deed itself was justified. Reception was the issue.
You should switch a pitchfork for a tissue.
Such a fool, such a lonely, lonely man. How ironic that he does all that he can to then ultimately leave a tarnished legacy behind. Oh, what we give to go. You're mine.
You're mine, in your mind.
Posting Minecraft Burr scenes? Is that what's going on?
So much crying. What is this? A funeral? What happened here was no more of a duel than the innumerable instances of murder. It seems that time forgot. But my friend Alexander Hamilton, whom I shot.
Jaden struggles to keep the mask on his face. I must insist that it is not because he doesn't like wearing them, it is because his face does not like wearing them.
My life means nothing. All that matters is he's dead. I'm okay, guys. Thanks for asking. Was it something that I said? Did I end the revolution when I put him down to bed, or did the bullet in his spine stop the ideas in his head? What's done is done, but I'm no longer in good grace with Governor Clinton. Nobody with the Clintons, so now I've got to beat it. I'm not safe in New York. I already see the torches and the pitchforks. He's getting away. We'll have him hanged. Tell your children he's a murderer ingrate.
Before we begin, it's important to establish that every player in this story
sucked balls.
Our main man is only regarded a black-hearted monster because he made a lot of bad calls. He set aside at every chance of glory that he got.
He threw away every personal lesson he was taught.
He killed a man that got to put his face on all the currency.
He cursed our third president and raised the failed insurgency. That's a part of the story you may not know. Aaron Burr, at a loss of what to do or where to go. Once our number 2, now America's greatest foe does so much jacked up shit you could create a second show. So,
Running out of time.
And glory, I have so much left to leave. All of you just wait and see. It's time to start
The spineless cur may they curse the name of Aaron Burr.
The other founding fathers, even with their discontent for Burr, could never have expected his attempt to be an emperor.
Who could have cast a murderer with bounties where the bullion would go on to become his own American Napoleon?
he's on the top of every now, spot him if you can. What's he got for mention? What's his latest evil plan?
In New York, you're a wanted man.
Very wordy.
I've got a legacy to mend.
In your mind.
Sins that need some sinning.
In your
No,
mind.
this is not the end.
In your
This is only the beginning.
in the mind of Aaron.
Okay, just a little bit of music theory here. Show you what little Sam was cooking. If anyone watches those, is his name Howard Ho? There's this guy that does these Burr music theory videos. This Hamilton, sorry. There's another show about the other guy. Music theory videos where he unpacks a bunch of stuff, and in there you will discover there's this thing that is known as the Aaron Burr chord progression, and you see it a lot. The first version is the second song. 1776. I don't know how well you can hear that piano, but I use it there. Aaron that song. We'll see it a couple more instances after that. I'm going to try not to pause so much because I don't want this live stream to go on for too long, and we do have a quiz section at the end. What is this school roleplay happening in the Discord chat right now?
There's something quite inviting about a world that wants you dead, where the only thing that's keeping you from snapping is the voice inside your head. It's a frightening feeling, like a rush of burning cold, like the calm before the perfect raging storm that's waiting to unfold. There's a moment in a nation's lifetime when the scales tip to the left or right, where a gust of wind could break the whole foundation, where man must choose if he will run or fight. This is the breaking point, when nothing holds me back now. I'm making noise, I'm stirring up the sea, after waiting longer than anyone should ever have to wait. I'm breaking out before it's all too late. My headspace is infested.
You'll hear some writers talk about
like pages in a story, everything except for all the text. Like I stared at darkness, and I saw a little flash, and I reached inside my phone, pulling out my future from the ash.
Talking about The River, which was the song that was here before Breaking Point. I watched the Andrew Garfield Tick Tick Boom movie, and it inspired the heck out of me, and then I wrote this song in 30 minutes after I watched it.
I was never short of great ambition, but nothing there to fill the void. And now the thing that guides my being is seeing everything we built destroyed. This is the breaking point, where all of that will topple. I'm awake, annoyed, and lingering to kill, escaping, feeling like my moment to be president is gone. My moment to be king will linger on.
Jake just kills me.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it take over. Yeah.
Okay. Weirdest brief history moment. We see this, chat? It's my grandma recording on her phone. You can also see my grandma recording on her phone in the Goodbye Despair musical pro shot, if you know where to look. Ain't that something?
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it take over, yeah. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it take over, yeah. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, feeling it. Can you feel it? Like a bunch of sharpened knives. It's the stuff that dreams are made of. Blessing me with higher levels, getting me disturbing nerves, making me feel glad to be alive. This is the breaking point. The breaking point. I'm breaking away, yeah. I'm feeling it, feeling it, feeling it, feeling it, oh.
I think the cast also really liked that song because this was the first time that we did a song bracket, and I'm pretty sure Breaking Point won.
You deserve the best. At Harbor Freight.
South Carolina, the country, the South, where no one seems to care that there are murderers about. No friends of Hamilton, but enemies abundant, as well as the home of Burr's daughter and her husband. The venerated Alston estate, the perfect place for Burr to kick back and wait.
Relationships often render.
Yeah, usually I don't allow people to record the show themselves because we're doing it with cameras, but my grandma gets a pass.
You've taken good care of my daughter?
Yes, sir.
Good, because if not, I'd have to hurt you. Just a joke, son. Chin up.
Oh, sure.
Or is it? Do my eyes deceive me? Now, who's this one?
I see you've yet to have the chance to meet your grandson.
Colin Longo.
Aaron Burr, sir.
Is that so?
He's been quite a little blur, sir.
Also in Archivites,
Maybe true.
he was the open this door, Victor.
Come on down, Aaron.
And Connie became
She
understudy.
knows she'll be down just as soon as she's able. Woo!
And of
Do
course,
my eyes
Lake
deceive me?
Watchers.
Or do I receive the Aaron Burr, the murdering thug?
I will always
Come here and give
stay
Dad a
Lily.
big hug.
I've read your letters.
Do you want me to be quiet? I can be quiet.
Received your cautionary words. What I've heard has not been sound.
Been keeping up to date with your studies?
I've read my Greek and Latin and rehearsed my triplets and my fifths. Kept in good health, as you
Why
found.
not take a look at what you got?
Dad, can we stay on topic?
Okay.
Dad, can we be myopic?
This was like my attempt at a Sarah Bareilles song.
One to doubt your word, but have you stopped to think about the consequences?
Pausing briefly to say that I always look for inspiration when I'm writing music, but I think the way in which Burr has dated itself to me is in the fact that I was going for imitation more than I was for inspiration, and I think that reflects especially in how much I'm just trying to write Lin-Manuel Miranda music, and in my opinion, I think I do a pretty good job at making it feel like Lin music, but that's never going to be the same as just trying to write Sam Wurdemann music. And that's why I feel like some of the other soundtracks after this hold up a little bit more.
Think of the mess you've stirred. Remove your pride and let's try coming to our senses. Maybe it's time to step down. Retreat to the west in a quiet little lakeside town. Maybe it's time to step down. Admit you screwed up and leave before you prison bound. Maybe it's time to step down. It may have been justified, but you're the reason why your founding father just died. So how does that sound? Maybe it's time to step down.
I sent you letters.
One of the benefits to editing a recording pro shot like this, where you have shots from different nights, but everyone's wearing masks, is you don't have to worry so much about lip syncing because you can't see their lips.
Then why are you in such a hurry, Dad? Can you please sit still?
Have you a paper and a quill?
You're not listening. I will never question you, but I don't think
was really
it's the
big
end
on
of your
tower
plotting
folding
days.
corner.
See this from my point of view. How would you react if I killed a guy and asked for praise?
If it was justified.
Dad, maybe it's time to step down. You still have your friends and you still have your great renown. Maybe it's time to step down and settle for leisure when you can't have a crown. Maybe it's time to step down. You always said to him, so a knife or a gun wouldn't seal your fate. How's that going now? Maybe it's time to step down.
Maybe
You
it's
know,
better.
I have to do this. This is my break.
Please, and never say die. It's much too
Got some
final.
pre-prizes?
No one's ever really gone. But in a life that's ever changing, I've always had you, and I'm not ready.
Feels take a
Hear
break.
that you
Ask?
moved
Yeah, I can kind of feel like they switch some purposes.
Maybe it's time to step down. Alexander's life worth to take. If you're just gonna make all the same mistakes, lay down your crown. Maybe it's time to step down.
Sam attempts Lin Raps Part 2.
There is a Brutus for every season. Our greatest foe was often once our most devout believer. Our story today has a Judas most gruesome. We can't go any further till we introduce them. The rumble governor of Louisiana was back now, about 6 times the size of Montana. The single most powerful man that wasn't operating federal. Here comes the general,
James Wilkinson.
Shout out to Josh.
I got a big commanding voice to make you shiver. I got a brandy and an order to deliver. I'm out in Louisiana, come in, and scam, so scram, or I might have you for dinner. Can I be real a second? I just...
True. Okay.
Do you know what's
Great
really-
ad moment. You could. It's definitely a different production value. Like this choreo and the quote-unquote set that we have here, it's a different vibe compared to seeing Arkhamites do it or seeing Goodbye Despair do it, but everybody's got to start somewhere, so never be afraid to start something like this, and if you're worried that it's not where you want it to look, keep doing it. You'll get closer and closer.
I've never been a man of policy, but I'm good with politics. I learned to play cards and win with colonists. My competence is subpar, but the colonists, they rewarded anybody who had more smarts than the solid brick.
This is a small classroom. This is like downstairs from where we did Arkhamites and Goodbye
Is
Despair.
it my fault I turned out to be two-faced? Why are you startled? I served with Benedict freaking Arnold. So when that sexy hunk of meat, Aaron Burr, came to my door with a vice for a trader's own price
This is
for,
also where the
I
Humble
swore that I
Alliance
would
is
let
implicit
my
minds
court, whose calls for, to sit next to his throne and a banquet in my jaws.
General Wilkinson.
Aaron Burr, get over here with your gorgeous eyelashes, sir.
You've been receiving my letters.
And cut your clothes.
Then let's get down to business.
Sure, what do you propose?
I think the West is at its breaking point and ready to secede. I want to give them whatever they need to make that push so they can go out on their own. And when it's said and done, I want to give myself a throne. What? The people here have their own culture. A Western one that may betray a government if made to question.
Not relevant
so
at all.
I'll make them sovereign and they'll love me in comparison.
Americans don't want a king, Burr.
These aren't Americans. They're English and they're French and their land keeps getting sold to another foreign state, telling them do what you're told. Then I'm loyal to Jefferson. They're loyal to a king. So all I gotta do is convince them which way to swing.
And if they don't want to revolt?
We start again. We start a war with Mexico. We take some land from Spain. The order is irrelevant. This frontier is the element of disorderly sentiment. Revolutionary President Jefferson doesn't stand a chance from a Western bedevilment. You and I are the specialists. This plan needs some development. So, do I have your men?
You have my life. You got me this position, Burr. You led me to my wife. You, Aaron Burr, and your lovely chisel jaw. I'll help you get to the country. Heck, I'll help you write the law.
He's got a big commanding voice to make you shiver. He's got a brandy and an order to deliver.
Got an obsession with deception, so messing with secession and insurrection to me, it seems legit.
Days turn to weeks, turn to months, we're friends as we. In fact, we did all right actually. We met every challenge you faced, from that shit crazy debates to the trial of just Samuel Chase. All the while, he was plotting away, and Governor Wilkinson and Jonathan Dayton, former Speaker of the House, and accomplice to conspiracy.
Shout out.
This all was so fun.
Jonathan, open my ears and my eyes, maintain my reputation, maintain the disguise, and get correspondence from our foreign allies. Anyone who will listen.
I've got just the guys.
This whole
British
part, we
foreign
ended up
minister,
cutting a little
Spanish
bit.
foreign minister. We've got a project and we only need a minute, sir. Come, take a seat, relax. Let's talk finance.
Hey, didn't you shoot Hamilton?
One time, man.
We interrupt this hip-hop beat to bring you a message from the President of the United States.
Check out and guess what role Jefferson plays in this one.
I could say I never wanted this, but that would be a lie. After all I've done for this country, I've earned my chance to be the guy who writes all the checks and enforces all the laws, and intros wherever he goes is met with thunderous applause. Our future's in my hands. You'll be quiet when I'm speaking. You'll never mess with Jefferson, or the future's what you're seeking.
Who's our narrator again? I'm too busy trying to unchlorinate my water? What the heck does that mean? I think the person that you're referring to is
I
Jonathan
love your
Dayton.
face. Why should I care about such a disgrace? What could would he ever do? Him and his face and his bumbling crew. Please! Oh,
Adina,
don't
you've
even
never
stop.
been to this
His
room?
name is
Never
already
been in
falling
a
apart. Why do you say his name? He's not even in the game.
You're asking for 100,000 pounds from the British government for an expedition that will settle the United States in jail?
Adina, I don't know how well you're gonna do on this
You're the Vice
exam.
President of the United States.
At your service.
I love you Yanks, you're so fucking crazy.
Far as Aaron Burr's concerned, I'm already freaking on.
We'll start with the Spanish. I'll tell you what.
Is left for him to do that he's not already
And once that's done, we'll plan to rally the West to secede.
Of the South has been planted in the earth.
Ideas
For a white man with a house, it's reached 10
how
times.
I
I have given
reimagine
this so much
this show
thought.
specifically if we did it again,
To be
which
frank,
I'm
it
open
doesn't
to.
thrill me. Let my VP try to sweep me. What's he gonna do? Kill me?
All else fails, we can just storm the White House and chop Jefferson's head off.
Ooh, sexy!
I say it again. Who gives a damn to the feet with no friends? I will savor the time. Don't give a damn and I don't give a damn.
Let's just confirm in case it's not obvious at this point in the show. Burr is Jefferson's vice president while this stuff is happening.
I'm there! So try as he might, I couldn't muster as much as a fright. Plus, that cravat is lame. He's not even in the game.
I know what I'm asking you is not an easy sell. Place your bets and me
What's
and
Tristan doing? I've never paid attention to him.
they'll do you well.
What?
What I'm asking
A man of the people, promise I treat every slave as my equal. Burr,
your
the
bets
baker and
and me and
lucky
see.
hidden in jail.
History will know my name.
He's not even in the game.
Silly. What format is this exam taking? Multiple choice. Come
Red
on.
Bull Zero.
Hydrate break. Are you drinking water? Nope. Not. Burr is kind of like Elphaba, I think.
Have you considered Tennessee?
What?
Well, I've been there, and I can
What?
see a little spot for you. I fought for you. Why, they'd elect you properly. If you ran as a congressman, why, you'd make a mockery of the glossary of randos up against you.
You speak truth, sir. I wish I had the sense to, but
This is my moment to make this country hurt. And it's got to be this moment, man. Cause this moment could work.
If I had proper instrumentation for this moment, this feels like the most country song Sam has put on stage.
Get a load of that Ohio spring, the faint aroma of pine.
Also, Dixieland jazz
Our
at
country
some
lands
point.
fit for a king, and soon it'll all be mine. Charm the locals, speak with grace, stories for the gentlemen and wine for the ladies. I head from Philly all the way to Orleans, and I'm preceded by fame. At every stop I am treated to feast, and everyone in my name.
Funny to think about, because he played
Weather's
both Aaron
perfect,
Burr and
folks are
eventually
the
Harvey
best.
Dent.
Could only be the wild, wild west.
Do you know that Jaden's gonna be an actual lawyer now? Took his LSAT and everything.
I tell the people what they wanted to hear, whatever gives me an edge. I find whoever I can get to appear and make them swear to a pledge. Local leaders, future presidents, find the town and commandeer all of its residents. I make a stop to meet with Wilkinson's crew.
In present day Illinois,
He gives me names of what they're meant to recruit.
the local troops were employed.
Keep quiet, be safe, my friend. We're in this now until the bitter end.
The end?
The end.
You said the bitter. Right?
Is there a problem?
No. I'm not. Yeah, I'm committed to this. Let's go. Big command and voice make shiver. Got a brand in order to deliver.
I got got big plans that need hands to command, so scram until I meet you at the end of the river. New Orleans.
Mr. Burr, we are delighted to have you. You're such a breath of fresh air. The president never has crossed the Appalachians. Presidents never have cared. You have my gun.
Okay, clearly it's been a while since I've watched this whole thing in full, because I completely forgot about "You have my gun." 3 people all forgot their lines in that moment.
Hey, our lives are in danger! I'm tip-tapping a glass, letting the sea in the mass panic that's radically cracking as I tap at it. I see a million ways that this could go, a million ways to disrupt the flow, and you know this. In the wild break away at the walls under their notice. In the wild try to feel like it's voluntary hypnosis. With every cog in its place, and plans exactly with grace. This little venture's about to be my magnum opus. This is my moment to make this country.
Sam, what is the ace of
And after every man in
Okay, let's settle something here, okay? There are a couple of shows that just do not, in my opinion, make sense for us to do. There are like 4 different Ace Attorney musicals that I know of, one of which is people I know, and I'm not looking to tread on previously marked territory, okay? It's not in the cards. Also, what do you even do? Are you doing a single trial? Are you trying to adapt one game into one musical? Because that's even harder than Danganronpa, in my opinion, and it doesn't make sense.
There's a war to earth. This is the moment, the only moment. And it's got to, cause it could work. It could work. It could work. In the West, anything can happen in the Wild Wild West.
Burr, the musical movie featuring Lin-Manuel Miranda as everyone? Explain to me the steps that need to be taken to get to that point
Mr.
as a
Burr, a
society.
toast! Ah, congratulations on me trusting you with $50,000 for this little expenditure of yours.
Oh, you're too kind.
Oh, anyone who could convince James Wilkinson to turn on Spain is worthy of a chance to be rid of this ridiculous northern government.
I'm sorry. I don't follow.
James Wilkinson has been a spy for the Spanish for years. He didn't tell you?
What? That's so crazy. I didn't know that.
Were you gonna tell me you were a Spanish spy? Or was I just supposed to hear it from some guy?
Nice to see you. Glad to see your spirits high. I didn't tell you because I never thought it'd be of your concern.
You're getting money from the nation we're invading, can't you see? That's the definition of insider trading.
Take a seat. Let's forget about the bygones. I'm the kind of guy on which you can rely on. Cross my heart.
I cannot afford this blatant and enormous region of my trust.
Oh, please. Spare me your self-righteous bullshit. Always on your high horse. Righteous bullshit. You want my men or not? Feeding me your rot.
Oh, then, please stop fighting.
Ugh. Every now and then I look back at a rhyme on this, I'm like, dang, you can tell how long it took me to write this show, because some of these are pretty good.
As I'm asking, is your loyalty,
Pull up that
and that
Obama
it's not
giving
directed
Obama
anywhere but
meme.
me.
I assure you,
Some of this
all we've ever done is agree.
Is that a yes?
I'm just hoping you'll acknowledge that I'm gambling all I have on your proposal.
If I may, we already don't have much at our disposal.
You may not. We're still months away from go time. Maybe
Yes, for
all
the
this slow
Cabaret,
time means
Zach
everything
and
will
Will
go
Sherman
well
did
when it's
this song.
showtime.
But we are clearly lacking without any backing, and Jefferson will surely send us packing.
Oh, please, spare me your
Thank
self-righteous
you, Adina.
bullshit. Always the superior, righteous bullshit. Please just let me talk. You are either with me
song's just fun to do, man. They always said that they had fun doing this one. And originally, it wasn't even in the show. I had to replace another song with it because I was getting sick of some choices I made.
But I wish that you'd stop questioning my willingness to carry this through.
Spare me your
You are either with me, against me, with friendly ways you said so. Bullshit. Don't forget me if I see antagonistic, but I wish that you'd stop questioning my willingness to bullshit. Please just let me talk.
We just want you to commit. You can't just half-ass this shit. When the time comes around, will you stare to the sky or stay close to the ground?
Josh, what are you doing here? Josh, if you hop in the Discord, I'll let you talk.
I didn't need revolution. I simply saw where things stood. I listened to reason and a little bit of treason.
Wilkinson used to be like easily my favorite character that I ever got a chance to write for back in the Burr days.
Never take bullshit. You disown me if I ever got thick skin. An insult meant war, and I gave them all what for. And that may have screwed me up within.
Josh, where are you? You're not. Wait, are you in chat but not?
The path of least resistance,
okay, that's...
it dictates my existence. It's all I can do to...
Can we hear him? Josh! What's going on? No, that works just fine. Let me make sure that the people on the live stream can hear you as well. I'm gonna have to... Hang on. What's going on, man? It's good to hear from you. You had to make yourself known. That's great.
Oh.
It's true. Okay, hang on. This is gonna disappear that. And then I go here. And then I go here. Okay, try talking.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, the people can hear you. I'm gonna set that up. Josh, my man.
Yes.
We're watching Burr today.
Correct. I can see this.
You were in that show, right? I understand that this
I
face,
think so.
This face here might be one that you're familiar with.
Maybe.
Do you know this guy? All that I remember about this guy is that
he looks like he'd be named Josh.
Yeah, this does look like a Josh. I can see that. All I remember about this guy is that for the whole rehearsal process, he would he would spam our cast group chat with Morbius memes.
Hey, I mean, it was peak Morbius season, you know?
That's true. This was that kind of dances a little bit. This was pure Morbius season.
And proud and unnaturally loud. And here I am.
Josh, do you remember when we sang this song on the news thing that we did?
Yes.
Were you kind of sick when we were doing that?
Maybe I can't remember. I know I still wasn't like super confident with the song.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking you to recall events that happened almost 4 years ago now.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I don't mean to do that to you. Oh, those blocks. I'm just now remembering the blocks. I'm seeing them for the first time. This would start a trend of us just wanting to use blocks in exchange for any chairs or anything that we would want to try to fit in. They're so versatile.
I mean, yeah.
You can sit on them, you sit on them?
You can stack them.
Stack them so you can sit on a slightly taller one?
I know that they just want me gone.
Yeah, I was telling the people how Wilkinson was definitely one of my, like... He's definitely my favorite character from Burr.
He's such a fascinating historical character.
I know. Guys, if you have... I'm sure you haven't, because this is the first time I'm going to mention it in the live stream. But you gotta go check out this book that I read to help make this show. It was called American Emperor. Burr's Challenge to Jefferson's America. And it does a great job at already conveying the story like it's the narrative that it is. And it does a good job at featuring Wilkinson as this like antagonistic force, this unexpected antagonistic force, and I love reading about him in that book. I'd never heard of him. I am willing to bet that most of us have never heard of him. But yeah, he's so cool.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever heard of him until the show.
Someone says you can sue the blocks. Josh, I remember, because this was the end of Act 1, this song. Your mom came up to me during intermission and told me that that song made her cry when you did it. You remember this? Oh, wait.
You're cutting out for me a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Is it just me or is there anyone else?
Okay. Yeah. Am I good now? Can you hear me?
You're a bit better.
Okay.
We can at least hear you now.
Let me make sure that I'm not using any unnecessary...
Still love him very much, even when he gets mad. Mom has to cool
God.
him down while I go play with
Colin was so good as Burr Jr.
And sometimes he
Colin is
says
4 in
some
this.
naughty words that I'm not
No, yeah, I was saying that your mom came up to me in intermission and she said that that last song made her cry when you did it.
Yeah, I remember when you came into the dressing room and you told me.
Guys, if you don't like Someday Far Away, then you hate fun. I'm sorry.
So he can pave out a new one for me.
It's such a quintessential Act 2 opener in so many ways, but I still feel it. It really contributes to just like the picture of Burr's family, and obviously it makes it sadder when we find out that little Aaron Burr Jr. dies.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Womp womp.
Sorry. Spoilers for history, I guess? Spoilers for real life events?
Yeah. Spoiler, someone from like 200 years ago died.
This is one of the songs that got cut when we moved it to Fringe. In a way, because it does add, but when you subtract it doesn't mean that it's essential. And we needed to cut the show down to a certain length to fit the rules of the Fringe Festival. And so when it became a one-act show again, the need for an Act 2 opener just wasn't so necessary.
Let him back into his house.
Let him in his house.
Or else I'll beat you all up. And maybe I'll say some swear words like Grandpa.
What were the other songs you cut? Were there others?
We cut the opening number, Who I Shot, and then
Right.
that, and then we replaced the final song, Lonely Lonely Man, with a song as well.
Something like that.
And everything else just got trimmed.
Oh, okay. 'Cause what was it? Was it 55 minutes? That had to be?
Like like something like that, 50 or 55. But as you can see, this show is almost an hour and 10. So we had to make some changes. But Sam, what about the houses? Housing in her houses. Oh, I know what that's a reference to. Okay, this next one, Liv still says is her favorite Twisted Mind song.
I feel as if I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders.
It's up there for me.
Lily, who you might also recognize as Poison Ivy, kills this one, I think.
Yeah, I think my top 3 are like this, Heart of Ice, and a later song from Burr.
Let me get there. I think I might know which one you're talking about. I might agree with you.
She'd always ask me to be patient when I hardly could wait. We would run to the river for the 4th time that day. If I could go back, I would give her just a bit more time to stay. But we never get that time, and the time is never right. So let's savor what is left before you journey to the night. I never say die, not 'cause I fear it. Leave it out and all is fine. And when the day comes that you leave me, you'll never pass away. You'll retire to the sky.
Liv has told me she's thinking about getting this song tattooed.
Really?
Yes. Or like a version of me writing Never Say Die and then having that tattooed.
Wow.
Had much a chance to even ask if she's ready to leave. And when we say
The people are saying it's hard to distinct our voices, so I'm gonna start talking like this for the rest of the stream.
Okay, I'll talk like this.
Alright. Quick shout out to Josh because he did the captions for this video.
That is true. Yeah. He didn't get paid for it.
We'll keep that in mind. Next time I'll double your paycheck.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I'll be making so much of the same. God, Lily kills this.
Even with how much she kills it in Archivites, I find myself thinking back to this performance specifically as like my peak Lily moment.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I still can't tell the difference. Sam, can you go higher? Yeah, sure. How's this?
That should be good.
I feel like this might be cutting out a little bit. Nah, too similar. Go higher. Is this any good? Is this gonna work for you?
Oh, that cut out.
This is too much. That's cutting out. Guys, I don't know how much higher I can go without hitting frequencies only dogs can hear.
Enjoying the dinner?
Personally, I think Burr's gonna listen to his daughter.
Yeah, you think it's only gonna be good stuff from here?
Yeah. Oh, you go lower? Hello. Hello.
Josh, I don't know when the last time you watched the Fringe recording was, but my favorite particular change between this version and the Minnesota Fringe version is how we took out all of the dialogue before Do Much Harm and just replaced it with enjoying the dinner, and then Jefferson goes, Burr, what are you doing in my house?
I don't remember that.
Burr, what are you doing in my house?
It's been a while since I watched it in full, though.
Talk like Monokuma.
Alright, this is gonna be my attempt for the rest of the live stream.
You don't know what I will do if you try to deny. We've had our disagreements, but here's a chance to see through. I can do much harm to you.
I don't recall any promise so demanding or a word. And if I did, you don't have any pressure to exert. I'm the goddamn president. I'm far above bedevilment.
Debatable.
Please forget who you're talking to. I can do much harm to you. For me, it's pretty fun. Lift my finger and your reputation.
This was before the days of our fight choreographers. I have to confess.
It won't come true. I can do much harm to you.
If you don't come to your senses, you'll regret it till you die.
It's also the days of having literally 2 mics, and so we gave them to Jaden and Lily, and everyone else just had to project.
Not my
Yeah.
problem, you can't seem to handle all the salt. How about dinner, honey? Much harm to you, so stay out of my way.
I've got tons
of work to do, so I must bid you good day.
Don't say I never gave you
Any chance to talk it through?
I can do much harm to you.
I went with that phrasing because the book says that Burr wrote an actual letter to Jefferson where he said, "I will do much harm to you."
To say it's sorry anymore. Man all the cannons, fire at will.
Interesting.
That's an actual thing that he has recorded.
Send word to Wilkinson, I'm rounding up my men. I'll be there when I'm ready. Keep him busy while you can. I'll show Jefferson just why he shouldn't undermine invasion and why he shouldn't downplay a master of persuasion.
That's an underrated song here.
See Allie in the front.
You got trouble, my friends. And if you keep letting government muddle you, it's
Allie was
gonna
gonna
be
be in the
my
ensemble and then broke her foot, I believe, like 2 weeks before the show?
If the government said it's here for you,
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
We had enough time to, like, fix it and move people around so that we could fill the gaps.
It feels like no one cares.
This show had a very bad track record of people hurting their feet.
You gotta let them hear you then.
I think during this recording, Lily and Rose are also walking off foot injuries.
Oh, that's right. Wait, didn't Shosh also hurt herself?
Might have been Shosh. I know that my friend had to drive Shosh over to their apartment so they could get ice packs.
Yeah. Why'd you break all their legs?
It wasn't me, man. It was Morbius.
Remember all what it was that you fought for? Freedom.
I understand. Sometimes it got more about.
Well, that, friends, that's where your voice is. This grip from the east is poison. Friends, you're being played, exploited. And as much as the president annoys us, you gotta leave before he destroys us.
We fought a friend during the test? No.
Is there gonna be a test?
There's gonna be a test after this.
Oh, I'm gonna fail.
When they stab your back, the only thing you can do is make a counterattack. The opening is yours to take. I know these politicians well.
I wrote this working at a grocery store. That I remember.
They smell. You better give them hell. Let
How long did it take you to write Burr?
I think I started in like August of 2020. So that the show existed in some form for like about 3 years, maybe closer to 2.
Alright, because I know there was the workshop recording.
And that was early 2020, and that was like summer 2021. This performance was in the spring of 2022, and then Burr Fringe was in summer of 2022.
Okay.
Is General Wilkinson in today, sir? I have a letter here from an A. Burr. It's imperative he gets his paper.
Good day, sir. You'll have to wait, sir. The general needs some space, sir. He's in no...
Yeah, this upcoming song is one of those times where us only having 2 mics is very apparent.
You can hear the whispering in the background, though.
How can I hope to
Yeah, Wilkinson's wife is dead.
Oh my Anne!
It's really sad.
What can I say to my children?
I miss my wife, Burr.
My heart and my soul. And it was sweet, and it was good, and it was kind. Never a woman more.
Isn't this like one of Tristan's favorite songs?
It's up there for Tristan. It was also ironically up there for
tough.
Zach, the other guy that played Burr.
Sharp and
the other guy that played
Really?
Jefferson. And then when we cut it from Fringe after day 2, he was really mad. He was like, "Take one of my songs instead." There was a moment in time where this was my favorite song I ever written.
I think it was mine for a while too.
Pretend he's a king. Should I be cheering? Should I worship my
At the very
friend?
least, it's definitely my favorite of the Wilkinson songs.
I played my part and I played it well. And I feel that I'm led straight into hell. This high-class drink is in too deep, and the turbulence, it makes me want to yell. I never meant to be an agitator.
Never be a tater.
No matter what I do now, I'm a traitor. Burr's fate is locked and I have the key. His future is now entrusted to me, and they trust his word and his God. But his word is not enough.
Have you ever see like weird moments where you're wondering why the crowd is cheering so much? It's probably because Michaela had friends here that were definitely like really drunk the whole time.
Burr's letter has promised me.
Army of countrymen, navy of warships.
Whoa. As associates speak of.
An angry mob of cotton farmers and some convoys.
No. He's stroking my vanity.
You will be second only to me.
He's doing what?
I'm the governor of Louisiana. Come in and expand the land I've already managed without Burr. This direction may
Louisiana.
work, but it also may not. What kind of man would agree to enact such a plot? Am I too far gone?
I love the piano. Thank you. I was starting to play way too loud.
I'm not too sure that I can carry on. I never wanted lightning, just thunder. I never meant to tear myself asunder. Just blows his bird going to his own, and I'm just the jester in his mock and I trust his tone and his heart. No, I can't, no, not enough. It will never be. Never be. For the traitor Vice President Burr, who thought thought he could become our nation's saboteur. Someone's gotta stop him before he's confirmed. Someone's gotta be the savior. Yes. I'll put the mad little king in his place. I'll wipe that smug little grin off his face.
I'll write to Jefferson. I'll tell him everything. Tell him I'll handle it. That I'm the very thing that held up the Union, the reason he saved. Preserve my legacy, I'll save my name. My hands are spotless, I'll have the fame. I'll cast aside the burden and the blame. Things will be normal, things will be the same. This is the checkmate, the end of the game. It's not enough. It's never been enough. I've always been a traitorous cow. Why would I ever want South now? Come on, Wilkinson. Come on, rise. It'll never be enough. It'll never be enough. It'll never be enough.
Remember we had the whole discussion about ripping the letter because it's not historically accurate. I thought it'd be cool.
I'm glad we did get at least one shot of him ripping it up. Let's just say that's why he had to copy it down on another piece of paper for the trial. Because he definitely did do that and brought in his own version of it. Everyone was like, wait a minute, this is your handwriting, man.
Burn all the bridges! Send out the corps! Let's end this fighting! Let's end this war! Send word to Jefferson, a traitor's been found! Time to watch Burr's little plan come tumbling down.
Wilkinson declares martial law in New Orleans. No one gets in, no one gets out.
Find the conspirators! I want to see Burr locked in chains without a shadow of a doubt!
Wilkinson, sir, what the hell is going on? Has Jefferson found us? Have we been set upon?
My friend, don't fret. I'm sure Burr is fine. What news have you got? What's the current line?
Burr will arrive in Natchez with 24 men on the evening of December 20th.
That's great, thanks much. Send the dispatches! Cuff this guy! Set a course for Natchez.
No!
Taking over town. Got to watch your little plan come.
That's not what was written in the script.
Not what the line was,
But it's funnier.
A traitor. In all of our history, there's never been more of a despicable character.
What do we do?
All we can do now is press on.
The words first to Jefferson, and this, it seems, is his threshold. Here he is when he gets told.
Go! Arrest him today! I've been forgiving, but now he will pay. Now! And give him some hell! I will not rest until Burr's in a cell. Oh! I knew he was vile. Now it's so clear there's no need for a trial. Don't stop until he's found. I want to do much harm to him. I want to see him tumbling down. My presidential decree, all accomplices to the burdens we are seeing will be damned to a cell for all eternity.
Yeah, probably.
An end to this absurdity.
I can't see that happening again, you know?
Wait, no, I have to wrap the narration! No, what are you doing?
500 bucks for the man that gets him! Death to the horrid fool that protects him!
It was 5,000. That was a flub on my part.
What'd you say?
I said it was $5,000. That was a flub on my part.
Stay out of Mississippi and turn our attention to Florida. There we can start new efforts to support a new revolution. And this one will go well.
Frankly, Burr, I think you can go to hell.
Burr arrives in Mississippi. He's arrested on sight. In court, they decide to send him to Washington after the night.
That's the you don't know moment.
Yeah, I can't remember. In your other shows, are there like polyphonic sections?
I can only think of that one part in Hope to Spare. I don't do it too much. I mean, I guess I kind of do it Last Night of Your Life. There are other instances that I can't think of right now. That guy in chat that was talking about the river earlier, this is the song that became. We ended up moving it to the end of the show.
Yeah, and it became peak fiction.
Okay, I'm going to pause briefly to talk about a moment that only existed in the workshop version and then got cut pretty quickly because this song did not exist there. Originally what it was that he was literally visited by the ghost of Alexander Hamilton, who then did this like 8-minute long sequence where he recaps the events of the musical Hamilton, and then Burr points out all of the historical inaccuracies that they added into the show. Conceptually it was fun, but it ended up being long and kind of unnecessary and arguably like against the point of the show. So if people ever wanted to hear that, maybe I could put that up one day.
Do I surrender? Do I comply? No! I'd rather die. Go ahead, torture me. Go ahead, martyr me. Try to destroy me and all that I've known. I will not say that I curse all I made, that I gave up and left to be crushed and alone. I'm higher than this fire. I'm almighty. You can't disgrace or beset a man who does not have regret. Now say what you will of the things that I've done. My imprint was vast, and in that way I won. For all that has happened and all that's unfurled, they'll say my name all across the world. Did it mean Jack? I take nothing back. Go ahead, turn on me. Go ahead, lie to me. Send me upriver as soon as it's bleak.
Okay, not relevant.
I never steered away, bended nor veered away. I became strong when my friends became weak. I'm higher than this fire. I'm almighty. After years of taking my time, I finally claimed what's mine. What if I missed the shot? What if I gave it some thought? Still do I see him, flushed in my demons? What would I say to him now? I tell him, damn you for thinking I ain't for the sky. Leave me to rot while you kick back and die. How do you torture me still from the grave? How am I lost in perpetual waves? Each time I think I have nothing to lose, I fall even further, I pay up my dues.
I think that's my favorite moment in the whole show.
Yeah.
Cut me a break, world. Cut me a f***ing break, world.
Hamilton do be haunting his narrative. It's true.
There aren't any heroes in who writes the books. The truth is remembered in just how it looks. You can't change the world without splitting some hairs. At least when they scorn you, you know someone cares. May they sing tomorrow's song, that the things I did were wrong. 'Cause when they're singing, I'll be immortal, I'll never die. are singing my grace as I stare at the world from the sky.
And folks, if you're keeping the music theory score, that is the second time that the Burr motif shows up. Second is true.
What was the first time?
In the mind of Aaron Burr. Wait,
Oh. Yeah. Okay, and now we have the U.S. versus Aaron Burr, right?
Right, that's exactly what's happening now.
His name was Aaron Burr,
Wait, what's going on?
and he was 10 years old.
What?
All that the world
Pretty sure he was 4.
he threw back tenfold. I said to him, you will be the spark that will ignite a brighter flame. They say that the first to adorn is the brightest to burn, but I never say die. I never say die. Legend tells of a lonely man who's banished from his country land. He's failed to do his lowly plan and take his jaded throne.
The court decides to let him go. He walks away, but oh, he knows there's no return to the status quo. His destiny.
Years come and years go by. He listens and he waits. He hopes that if he's patient, he'll outlast all the
His
hate.
patience is rewarded, and he does get to come home.
Oh. Come on. We don't care about 2 men in a truck, home Jim.
Anyways, crazy what happened to Aaron Burr
Anyways.
Jr. Who could have seen that coming?
That was pretty nuts, right? Anyways, golfing. Let's hurry it up, man.
But there's no one there to greet him, not a thing to call his own. A lonely man, no plight to set upon. All that he loved is gone, so he remains a lonely man, a shell of what once was. No praise and no applause since he began.
The lonely, lonely.
See, I really like this song, and in a way it is like good and haunting to me, and in another it's just so sad. It really nails the "Are you crying yet?" kind of eyes. And so when I changed it, people were upset, and I can understand why. But to me, it felt like the natural choice.
Personally, I think I prefer this ending.
You're valid for that.
Mexico, he spends his days regretting all he bought. In memoirs, he pleads to God repentance for his sins. And if he shows enough regret, the man might let him in. And as he prays and ages, his legacy means Jack.
horrible place to die.
I know.
The man
Adina,
who
now's the
finally
chance to
carried out
check. Are you there?
Alexander Hamilton Jr. Burr's death wasn't proclaimed in the papers. It wasn't
Alright, I'll
cried
take it.
out in the streets. Burr died alone, regretful.
Staten Island mention. It's so horrible.
Don't give him sympathy, don't call him holy man. The leader, traitor, founding father, husband, son, and dad. A walking contradiction, a self-destructive man. And though we can recount it, we can never understand.
A lonely man took what things he had and made the whole world mad. Let him be dead. Lonely, lonely man. Lonely, lonely man.
That's it. Congratulations, everyone. You are
That certainly was Burr, a new musical.
In the end, we were Burr, a new musical. You can consider yourselves one of the lucky 146,898.
She Burr on my musical till I knew.
Cooler words have never been said, Josh. Do you have any parting words for the gang before I send you back into the audience?
Burr's good, guys. That's all.
True. Truer than true. I'm gonna let the credits roll through here. But now you've heard the songs. If you want to hear the Fringe exclusive ones, you can do that on your own, but it's gonna help you when you're making your tier lists. We have one recorded single that you can listen to. Alright. And that's that. I am going to stop showing this for a moment. Josh, as always, it's a pleasure. We have to chat not on Discord sometime soon. We need to catch up.
Okay.
I think that'd be pretty epic. If you want to stick around for the quiz, you're more than welcome to. I'm gonna...
Oh, I'm absolutely taking the quiz.
You should, because then you could get the cool color. Okay. Cheers, friend.
Bye.
As for the rest of us, I'm going to give us a quick break to gather our notes, and then I'm going to come right back, and we're going to get right in to the quiz portion of the exam. I will see y'all in a second. don't know. Oh, I muted myself. That's my bad. I need Discord to be able to hear this. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my mic quick on Discord. I'm just gonna see if that helps. 1 second. Anything? You're gonna see my whole Discord, but is this? Oh. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to resort to some drastic options. Discord people, stand by for a second. Discord and we're gonna open it back up. Okay. Is something going on with Discord? Is it not me? Is it the app itself? Discord and we're gonna see what happens. I need to like close this down and then open up again. I hope that doesn't end the event. Okay, I'm back. Final attempt. It's this or bust. I believe in the heart of the cards. Sorry, guys. Got a bunch of people in here trying to help me. I'm not entirely sure what it is. We're gonna try going to... Oh, Discord's fully down. Okay, so it's not my fault. This is a network error. Okay, people, I think, unfortunately, in order to get this to work, it is going to have to be that we're all watching it on YouTube. So, I'm gonna... If you want to... I'm gonna mute myself on Discord, and we're just gonna see how it goes. Is everybody where they need to be? Is everybody logged in? Are we ready to try it? We got 20 people in here. have to hope that the latency is enough that it will work properly. Alright, let's do it. Let's see if this works. Which GDM character utters the line, "I really feel something between the two of you"? Is it Mahiru, Nekomaru, Gundam, or Sonya? This was Gundam. I really feel something between the two of you. That was an easy one, folks. Alright, it's going automatically, so we should be fine. I hope that that's enough of a pause. What award did Burr win at the Minnesota Fringe Festival? Best rookie team, best musical, funniest show, or best in venue? It was best in venue. That was the Golden Lanyard Award is what it was called. Are we able to see in time? Is the lag too bad? Which of these songs was not performed at the Twist of Fate's Cabaret? Is it Almighty, Carry Them With Me, Superimposed, or More Than a Prayer? I'm trying to put myself. It was Superimposed. Superimposed was not featured at the Twist of Fate's Cabaret. Okay, who's doing the best so far? Olive, killing it right now. What Twisted Minds tradition began backstage during Arkhamites? Was it doing the Macarena during a serious song? Was it doodling on the whiteboard? Was it the song bracket? Or was it playing Game Pigeon during intermission? Okay, you can see the question on your end, though. It was doing the Macarena during a serious song. Yep, a couple of other things started during different games, but that was the one that reigned supreme. Okay, looks like Stitch is now in the lead. Shoutouts to Stitch. Friends rights. Oh, it even changed the color of some of the answers. Free space for you. Way to go, Stitch. What was the first song snippet that I posted to my TikTok? Million Lifetimes, Today, 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 Turned Around, or Killer School Life? If you can't believe it. That was the very first thing. I think that puts Clover up at number 1. Clover trying to farm colors here. Which of these voice actors has never acknowledged the Despair musicals? Brian Peacock, Chris Terlefera, Jason Wishnow, or Bryce Papenbrook? Sorry about the lag, folks. This is why I was trying to keep it on Discord. Yeah, it's the Gundam voice actor. I can show you proof for everyone else. Bryce at a con, and Clover commissioned Jason for something, I think, because it was that thing that he was doing. He would say something for free if you could prove that you voted. Archimites and Back Together both debuted at this live event. Was it GeekyCon, IC Theater Night, Ithacon, or BroadwayCon? Y'all knew that one. Stitch remaining hot on Clover's tail. Where did the Freddy Fazbear costume originally come from? Did Zach borrow it from a friend from Sweden? Did Natalie make it the night before the performance? Was it originally a cosplay of Eloise's brother? Or did Molly find it at a garage sale? Yep, Eloise's mom originally made it for her brother. Just goes to show you how long that love remained. Which of these was cut from Burr in the cut Burr at Fringe? Was it not even in the game? Tumble it down. Old Lily Man or Self-Righteous BS? You were talking about this one, Josh. I was dropping hints for you. It was all studying. Slowly Man, the final song. Clover, you do have an unfair advantage for Back Together, but I will say that is the only Back Together question. Clover still keeping the dub. Which of these songs was not in the performance of Hope Despair musical? Was it Plug and Thrice, My Sacrifice, Noble Justice, or Courage? That's right, it was Plug and Thrice. That was a bonus track. I did put it to the TikTok, but it was never actually in the official show. Clover building up a bit of a lead here. Which of these was a real event for Twisted 24? Live reading of Despair Girls episode. Sam and Eloise attempting Bob Ross paintings. Sam and Eloise trying to make a pineapple upside down cake. Or review. Paintings. We did not do a live reading of a Despair Girls episode, though we did do a reading of Archimites. Despair, that'd be a pretty good idea for a Twisted 25. Coming soon. If the original intended performance date for Despair Girls musical was December 2023, how much longer did it take to finish the series? 16 months, 1 year, 20 months, or 18 months? We didn't say there'd be math in this quiz. I don't blame you for panicking. Which episode of Despair Girls contains no songs? 5, 2, 4, or 3? I'm sorry you got kicked. You should be able to rejoin. It was episode 3. Episode 3 contains no songs. Only 3 people got it. It's crazy. Twisted Minds canon was Sam Wurdelmann's song about the live stream? Was it a water bottle cap, Oklahoma City, the quadratic formula, or Big Bug from the movie Inside Out? Only real ones know about the water bottle cap, my friends. If you know, you know. Clover building a pretty insurmountable lead here. Which performance of Changing Affairs opens with Addison as a fun man? That's a surprising amount of people who came prepared with that. Yes, it is performance number 3. How much money did 2024 raise? Was it 1,000, 500, a little bit over 1,000, or 2,000? Be unfair to give you only one option there, because technically we were aiming to raise 1,000 and we hit it, but then we ended up getting a little bit more. Can Clover keep this up? What featured character was cut from the Spare Girls musical? Was it Ball Monokuma, Yuna Asahina, Grand Bois Sherry Lunenberg, or Taichi Fujisaki? That we cut Ball Monokuma. Only the greatest part of the Spare Girls musical. Which of these Gravity Falls cast members had the biggest gap in their Twisted Minds performance history? Sam Burns, Madam Worry, Zach Lawrence, or Owen Hubbard? Returned since Mr. Freeze. Owen was just in Goodbye Despair. Zach was also technically just in Goodbye Despair. And Sam Burns was just in Changing Affairs. Which of these performers didn't know Twisted Minds content? Both Burr, Willie Kimball-Waters, Jane Collier, Colin Longo, or Tristan Burley? Graduating senior when we did that show, and so he did not have a chance to return. I can see Josh was ready with that question. I can bring the game volume down if you like. Which Hope to Spare musical interview features the quote, "You can only call a man gay so many times"? Mondo and Taga both had that bit in their video. Guys, we watched the Viakia interview, and we know for a fact that he did not say it in that video. I'm giving you so much to work with here. Don't say I didn't give you the info. Which was the name of the precursor to Twisted Minds? Churchill Theater, Team Despair, Breaking Point Productions, or Blue Rapids? what I wanted to call it, but we never ended up going with that. And now you know why I wanted to call it Breaking Point. Can anyone catch up to Clover at this point? Which of these things Liv really wanted for Arkhamites did not end up happening? Was it a smoke machine / fire extinguisher, a sheet to do shadow puppets, cultish candles, or 3 separate confetti cannons during a single performance? Liv wanted the confetti cannons and she did not get them. We had 1 confetti cannon and it did not appear after that. Which of the following Arkhamites characters utters the line, "Want to see my impression of Donald Duck in Heat"? Was it Condiment King, the Penguin, Harley Quinn, or the Jonkler? That's right, it was Harley Quinn. I can see how the bird would trip you up. Which of these GDM songs existed the earliest? Was it Stranger to Myself, Case of Despair, Lucky, or Getaway? It was Lucky. Lucky existed before even Hope Despair was able to perform. I'm insane for even allowing myself to entertain that thought, but I digress. Which of these characters was not in the original draft of Arkhamites? Was it Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Two-Face, or Mr. Freeze? It was Catwoman. Catwoman did not appear in the staged reading version of the show. Who originally coined the name Twisted Minds Theater? Eloise, Sam, Liv, or Jaden? Thank most of you for paying attention. We do not have many questions left. And a clear frontrunner, I fear. What was the writing team for Back to Danganronpa? Was it book by Zach and Natalie, music by Sam? Book by Zach, music by Sam? Book by Natalie, music by Zach and Sam? Or book by Zach and Sam, music by Natalie? That's what it was. I did not help write the book for this one. We're down to 2 more questions. Which GDM character uttered this line in their interview? Listen, you Radiohead listening mother effer. Was it Ibuki, Fuyuhiko, Kazuichi, or Monokuma? It was Ibuki. I can see why you would think Fuyuhiko. This does read like a Fuyuhiko line, but that was in fact Ibuki Miyota. We're down to one more. True or false? The first play, Hope Despair, was meant to be performed in a classroom in Ithaca College. That's false. That is not the first place that we envisioned it happening. That is what happened, but that's not what the plan was. And with that, okay, I'm also going to go back to Discord. I'm coming back to Discord as well. With that, Clover Toa takes first place with a whopping 706 points, with Stitch and Olive right behind. Just because I do concede that I feel that Clover has a bit of an advantage in this, Stitch, I would also like to award you as well. And because I'm offering it to Stitch, I would also like to offer it to Olive. I'm not sure exactly who Olive is, so if you want to make yourself known in chat, I will try to verify you as well. Let me throw these fancy colors over. I'm gonna need to make some adjustments so that Clover's color properly reflects it. But you should see that the two of you have your roles now. Olive, if you want to make yourself known, I will make sure to give you the role as well. Congratulations. There you are. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you very much for stopping by. That is everything that I have prepared for today. As long as I'm here, and because I don't know when we're going to go live again, I'm going to make sure to plug the Gravity Falls musical, Back to the Falls, a Gravity Falls mini musical staged reading parody, coming to YouTube this Saturday. Make sure you're there. Next week, make sure to show your support for Back to Danganronpa, a V3 mini musical parody. Make sure to stay in school. Don't do drugs. And thank you all so much for swinging by. This was a much more high production value kind of live stream, so let me know if y'all enjoyed this and you want to see more stuff like this, or if this just went on for so long that you're so upset that it took you this long to get your freaking roles already. Let us know what kind of content you want to see in the future. This was a heck of a lot of fun, but now I am super duper hungry and I would like to go and eat. So, we're going to call it here. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you hit that little button below and click the bell for notifications.